Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? It's Wednesday, it's 12 o'clock, and we are getting ready for some yoga and Pilates, right? Okay, so if you've never done yoga and Pilates before, don't worry. It's a combination of stretching and core work. And sometimes it's a little bit more flowy, where we move maybe from one move to another move, but it is very, a lot slower. We're not going to rush into things. So to start off with, my name is Sonja from Success Fitness. And again, today's class is going to be a yoga Pilates fusion. All right, so what we're going to start off with is just having your feet right underneath your hips. So just sort of situate yourself where your hips are, and I want you to be in a semi-neutral position. All that means is that we're not powering our hips forward or back. We're just going to be right semi in the center of those two positions. Okay, so let's hold it right here, feet right underneath your hips, knees, right? Everything is nicely aligned. And I just want you to sort of get a feel for where your feet are, right? So push your weight a little bit more towards your heels, rock yourself a little bit more towards your toes. Let's come slightly back, go a little bit to the right and left. There we go, shifting it over and back to the center, right? And I'll kind of get a feel, am I evenly on my feet, all right? Let's roll those shoulders out. Give yourself nice big circles. And as we're rolling those shoulders out, I want you to think about rolling them up and then down your spine. So it's really good to combine these kind of classes with the higher intensity stuff. Right? So it's great that we have all this high intensity and every day we want to do cardio and weights and work really, really, really hard, which is really good for us. But also what happens to the body is that it needs some time to settle down and to pull back a little bit. Okay, one more time. Let's roll it forward. So opposite direction, get those elbows leading a little bit with this, right? So making them nice and big. Usually we know we do too much of one good thing if we're overly sore, we're not recovering. That's when we know we need a class like this, where we can loosen up things a little bit. And it's also mentally so empowering, being more mindful of your muscles. Two more. Good. Give me one more. And release. How's that? Shake it out. Okay, we're going to be balancing on one foot only, right? So in my case, it's my left, so you're mirroring me, so this will be your right. With the opposite leg, try to just balance on this one foot, and I'm going to create some big circles with the one that's hovering. And I want you to try to go as big as you can. Try not to tap the foot down if you can avoid it, okay? And again, as big as you can. So now if you're coming into this class where maybe balance is a challenge for you, then definitely grab a chair to hang on to. If you have weaker knees or sensitive knees, grab a big towel or a foam block to put underneath your knees. And again, 6. Good. Keep balancing, right? So this shouldn't be easy on the standing leg. 7. We're going to do 3 more on the side. Good job. Last 2. Every time we lift that leg, use your core to lift. And releasing it down. Good work. All right, so that standing leg has to work quite hard, right? So we're going to stand on the opposite leg, soften the knee a little bit, lift the opposite leg off the ground. Ready? Big circles around. 1. Good. And again, don't do it too fast, because if you're going too fast, you're going to lose that balance fairly quickly. And usually the way we can help this in regards to balance is focus on the spot in front of you. Okay, soften the knee and really trying to contract the quads, the glutes, right, while you're standing to help the ankle and knee get their job done. 3 more. Big circles. Awesome. Last 2. Come on. Big circles. 1 more time. Oh, good work. Shake it out. Give me a nice deep breath, reaching it tall. As you're exhaling, dip into those knees. And again, inhale. And exhale. Come on, let's wake up that body. Exhale, come on. Good. And again, inhale, reaching it tall. Exhale, dipping into it. Give me 2 more of these. We feel good, right? Good. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale out. Let's reach it up. Keep those hands up to the top this time. Let's clasp those hands at the top together. And let's just lean yourself over. And then over to the other side. Good, just loosening up through those lats. And again, over to one side and over to the other side. And releasing it back down, letting those arms come back down. We're going to do a forward fold. So from this position, we're again going to take a deep breath, reaching it tall. We're going to hinge forward this time. And we're going to try to touch the ground, right? So if you're super tight on lower back, you might be here. And that's okay. You might also have blocks or maybe a little stool in front of you to help you out. And then we're going to roll it all the way back up. Notice I don't really lock my knees on this. Arms come up. Let's put those palms together. Exhale into your prayer position. And again, inhale up. Slide a little bit more of back bend so that we can stretch the core. Coming forward into that forward fold. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. And rolling it up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale into your heart. And again, 2 more times. Inhale, leaning back a slight bit more. Hinging it forward, forward fold. Right, so I was softening my knees just a little bit, but enough to feel the stretch in my back of my legs. Let your head go. Rolling it all the way back up. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale back into your heart. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, hinging it forward into that forward fold. This time you're going to walk your hands out and walk your feet back so that we're in a plank position. Okay, so once we're in that plank position, belly button pulls in nice and strong, right? So we're not trying to lift those hips super, super crazy high. We also don't want to droop down because if we're drooping down, you're going to feel this in your lower back. All right, let's drop to the knees, point your toes back, and we're going to gently lower your shoulders down your spine and lowering those hips at the same time into an up dog. Right, so we're just pressing gently into that lower back. Don't force this. Tuck your toes under, downward dog, up into that nice V position, head going through. Let's press those heels down. So realign those feet slightly and give me a nice little walking dog. So one heel lifts, one heel presses down. Ready for 10, 9, head through, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, and 1. Press both heels towards the mat, head going through, pull those knees up into your thighs. Let's walk those hands and feet back together. We're going to be right to the end of the mat, rolling yourself all the way up, one vertebrae at a time, arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together, exhale into your heart. So we're going to do that forward fold, plank, up dog, downward dog 3 times. Ready? Here it goes. Inhale up. Forward fold. Walk your hands back, feet back, plank position. Drop to the knees, point your toes. Lower those hips, shoulders come down and back. Tuck your toes under, downward dog, head going right through. Press those heels down towards the floor. Walking the feet back towards your hands into that forward fold position. Slowly rolling it up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale back into your heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, hinging forward, forward fold. Walk your feet back, plank position. Belly button pulls in. Make sure you're rolling those shoulders down. Drop those knees down, pointing the toes back. Lower your hips, up dog. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Pressing those heels back down. So each time, realigning yourself, press those heels back, walking those feet back towards your hands. Forward fold, slowly rolling it up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come onto the side. Exhale back into your heart. Here's your last one. Inhale, reach. Hinging it forward fold. Walk your feet back. Plank position. Belly button pulls in nice and strong, nice strong line from your shoulders to your hips. Drop to the knees, point your toes back, up dog, roll the shoulders down. Tuck your toes under, downward dog, lifting it back up. Keep those heels as close as you can towards the floor, right? But if they're up here and that's as low as you can go, then that's fine. Head going through. Let's hold it here for a few seconds and really give yourself that nice deep breath in. Exhaling it out, right? And then try to open. What I do is rotate right through my armpits and trying to squeeze the shoulder blades more together. We're going to walk your feet a little bit closer towards each other. We're going to take your right leg, so your left leg, my right leg. up towards the ceiling. Let's open up the hip. So three-legged dog. We're going to pull that knee towards your chest 3 times. So we're going to go into your chest, lifting it back up towards the ceiling, opening up the hip, coming back into your chest, 2, opening it back up, yes, 1 more time, opening it up, good. Let's take that foot back down, plank position, lowering yourself just gently down with those hips, nice straight line from your shoulders, hips to your ankles, drop to the knees, point your toes back, gently lowering it into your up dog, just like we did earlier. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Right, and we have 2 sides, right? So the one that is further away from me, that's the one that you're going to open this time. So leg goes up, opening the hips. So opening it slightly up. Knee pulls towards your chest, 1, and back up we go. And again, 2, and back up we go. 1 more time, 3, and back up we go. Dropping that leg back down, plank position. Let's hold it right here. Belly button pulls in. Drop to the knees, into the up dog, rolling the shoulders down your spine. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Head going right through. Press those heels down towards the floor. Let your head go. Dropping down to the knees. Okay. Now, a lot of times, the number 1 complaint will be wrists on a lot of these things. So what we can do to avoid that is to either do any plank type things on your elbows, right? You can also use dumbbells underneath those hands to support yourself a little bit more, to be in that more neutral position, all right? So there is other options as well. So if you're unsure, just let me know, and you can always contact me and I can give you some options. Cat and cow. Shoulders come down and back. We're going to tuck your tailbone under. Exhale. Inhale, release, right? Really moving through that spine. And again, exhale. As you're exhaling, try to push yourself a little bit more towards your heels, not excessively. And then inhale, release. Press your weight just slightly forward into your hands, okay? And again. And release. And again. And release, right? So sometimes the breathing may feel backwards to you. Don't worry about it, so long we're breathing, right? So sometimes people breathe the opposite way, and there is actually some yoga cat and cows where we do that. So it's not wrong, okay? So it's okay if you're kind of going, wait a minute, I do this backwards. It's like, no, it's just different. Different is okay. And again, 2 more. And release. Good, 1 more time, move through the spine. And release, good work. Big toes together, knees apart, child's pose, arms extended. Let's really try to stretch those arms away, like you're reaching it away to the end of the mat, trying to press your heels, your bum towards your heels, head resting right down towards the mat. If you can't go right down or that bothers your knees, you can also roll up a towel behind the knees, right, to give that knee joint a little bit of an extra support. We're going to come all the way back forward. Hands stand underneath your shoulders. Take those knees off the ground. Plank position. Good. Belly button pulls in. We're going to walk those feet towards your hands. Forward fold. When you're looking at your feet, we want them underneath your hips. So knees and hips are aligned. Again, let your head go. Let your shoulders go. Good work. We're going to bend those knees just slightly. We're going to take your hands on top of those knees. So what I'd like you to do is just lift your chest just so slightly. We're going to go into a chair pose. And it's exactly what that is. It's like you're trying to sit in that chair behind you. In the same time, we're going to sweep those hands up towards the ceiling. Okay, ready? Sweeping it up, sit into the chair. Now, if this is too low for you, come up a little bit higher. Find a position that you can maintain. Try to pull those arms towards your ears. Relax the shoulders down. Holding it right here, nice and controlled. The lower we go, the harder this is going to be on your glutes and your quads. If your arms are here, don't worry about it, okay? Just do the best you can. This is your workout, your exercise. We're going to release those hands back down. Forward fold, so straighten those legs out. Let your head go, let your shoulders go. I'm going to lower those knees back down so that we're back on all fours. Hands stand underneath your shoulders. Knees underneath your hips. I'm going to pull the belly button up just slightly, okay? So what we don't want is the sag. So we want to pull it up just so slightly so that we feel that we have that nice support. We're bracing through that core. All we're going to do here is we're going to do your opposite arm, opposite leg extension. So nice and slowly, ready? We're going to extend. Now what I like you to really be careful of is the twisting of the hips. So I want you to think about, let's flex that foot actually, because that might work a little bit better. I want you to flex your foot, and I want you to think about pointing it down towards the floor. Okay, so if it's pointing towards the wall behind you or in front of you, then you're opening up the hip and rotating it. Arm stays extended. Hold it right here for 4, 3, 2. Let's release it back to the floor. Let's go the other side. Okay, so opposite arm, opposite leg. Flex your foot. Where is it pointing? Is it pointing down? That's what we want. Okay, let's hold it right here. Get that belly button pulled in. Keep it nice and strong. For 4, 3, 2, and release. We should feel a little bit warmer. We're going to alternate right, left. So we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg extension, and we're going to alternate for 10. Ready? Let's do this. 1 and down. 2 and down. 3 and down. Try not to twist those hips. 4. Good. Exhale out. 5, 6, 7, 8, good job, 9, one more, and 10, good work. We're going to shift those feet out of the way, have a seat, come into a cross-legged position. If that is too much to do in that same rotation, just come back into this position however you can. Shoulders down and back nice and upright. We're going to do a nice little spinal stretch. So one hand goes behind you, one hand on the opposite knee. Let's look over your shoulder. As we're stretching into it, we just want to feel the spine like you're wringing out a towel. Okay? So not forcing it, just enough to feel the stretch through the lower back, upper back. Let's take it to the other side. So this hand goes behind, opposite hand on your knee, and again, wringing the towel. Exhale, looking over that shoulder. So get your head in there as well. Okay? So looking as much as we can over the shoulder. And back to the center. Hands go just in front of you, and let's walk about as far as you can. Oh, so if you have tight hips, you might feel this, especially when you're crossing it one way, your legs. You're going to feel it in one side a little bit more than the other. Let's walk your hands back. And for that reason, we're going to cross your legs the other way. Okay, don't get confused. And then walking your hands back. Right, so again, we're just stretching the opposite hip on this one. So whichever one is on top versus the bottom, reaching those hands forward as much as you can, and walking it back. Good work. Let's have a seat on your mat. We're gonna have your feet on the ground to start. Slide those feet behind those knees, roll the shoulders down on your back, and we're gonna let ourselves lean back until our arms fully extended. Okay, so there should be the length right behind your knees. Now in this position, you should already feel your core having to engage. Okay, so roll the shoulders down and back. Let's hold it right here. Good work. From this position, when you're ready, let's take one foot at a time off the ground. And you should be resting on the meaty part of your bum, okay, not on your tailbone. Let's lift those feet a little higher so that until your ankles and knees are aligned. And when you're ready, and if you're ready, you can stay right here. We're going to let those hands come off those knees and hold. Now, if this is too easy, extend a little bit further. If it's too hard, pulling it in and just holding on to the end of the knees. The back of the knees. Let's hold it right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Nice and upright. How was that? Let's rotate just slightly. Over to the other side. And release it back to the center. Roll the shoulders down. Let's sit right back again one more time. This time we're going to do a little V-up. So we can again help with the knees, with the hands a little bit. We're going to come off the ground with your feet. Okay, not as high this time. And I want you to pull the knees and chest together to the center. And then come back to that starting point. Okay, let's do it again. 2. And back to the starting point. If that's too easy, hands out of the equation. 3. back to the starting point. If that's still too easy. 4, straighten those legs out. And again, 5, straighten those legs out. 6, yes. 7, and again, 8, good, you got 2 more. 9, good work, 1 more. 10, and release, good job. Okay, from here, we're gonna roll it down towards your back. We're gonna pull those knees in, give yourself a gentle rock side to side. How's the core? Nice and warm, right? Okay, so from here, we're gonna keep your legs at a 90-degree angle. We're gonna take your hands behind your ears. We're gonna lift up. Now, what I'd like you to do from here is, see how my knees are right by my hips? I want you to push them slightly away. When you do that, you're gonna feel a little bit more core engagement. Okay, so here it's easy, a little bit harder again. Okay, so head lifts up. Your hands are here to support your head, your neck. Okay, so just sort of tapping your fingertips behind your ears, elbows come out to the sides. I want you to rotate over to the top of the mat. Okay, so we're gonna tap it up, come back to the center, and then tap it to the other side and back to the center. Okay, let's go. 1 and center. 2 and center. Every time you come up to the center, it's like a mini crunch. 3, 4, keep those elbows out. 5, 6, come on. 7, good. 8, last 2. 9, 1 more. And 10. Whew, how'd you do? Let's drop those knees over to one side, stretching through that lower back and hip. And taking it over to the other side, same thing, stretching through the lower back and hip. And back to the center. We can use one of your legs and we're gonna rock ourselves back up to a seated position. We're gonna go back to your boat pose. We're gonna do this one more time. Roll the shoulders down and back, leaning back into that V. We know what to do now, right? Hold it, both feet off the ground. Ankles and knees are aligned, hands out of the equation or not. And hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold those knees, come back up, straighten that spine just slightly out here, and then coming back into that V position, just like what we did earlier, but this time I want your feet to touch just lightly. Your hands come out of the equation, we're gonna alternate. We're gonna pull one knee in and release, pull the other knee in and release. Let's go for a 10, 9, 8, 7, further back we go the harder it is. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, nice and upright. Oh, good work. Leaning back one more time, shoulders down and back. I swear we're almost done on this one. One leg extends, like you're trying to stretch your hamstrings. We're gonna pull it in nice and tight. 1, down, other leg. 2, down, other leg. Stretch it up. 3, 4, yes. 5, come on. And again, 6, good, grab that leg. 7, if that's too hard, just come upright and do the best you can. 8, I think. 9, good, 1 more. 10, and release, good. Coming back to the lying down position, pull those knees back in, give that lower back a little breather. All right, we're gonna take those hands behind your ears. We're gonna lift your head up. We wanna feel the upper abdominals being there for support, right? So contracting them nicely, hold it. We wanna be lifting from your shoulders, not your neck, okay? So that's why your hands are here to support, they're not yanking on your head. Legs go straight up. Let's hold it right here. One leg goes down, hovering above the ground. We're gonna switch it. Ready? 1, and switch it. 2, and switch it. 3, good work. Keep those shoulders up. 4, 5, 6. If you want to make this harder, 7, 8, 9, 10, hold it, hands go behind your ears, Press your feet together. We're going to lower your legs down as low as you feel comfortable. 1. And powering it up. If that's too much for your lower back, just keep it small. 2. And pull. Yes? 3. And pull. And again. 4. And pull. Good. 5. Inhale down. Exhale, press 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And release. Good. Stretch those arms out. Stretch those legs out. Nice long extension through that core. Awesome work. We're going to keep those legs nice and straight. We're going to do a full roll up. So chin tucks in. We're going to come into a seated position. If you cannot come all the way up, don't worry about it. Just come up partial. See what you can do. And then work on it as the weeks go by to get stronger to being able to do it. And if you do it on a more frequent basis, you will be able to do it. So pull that belly button in. Ready? We're going to chin tuck. Lifting those arms up. And now if you're ready, come all the way. Think about 1 vertebrae at a time lifting. Reaching for the toes. Yes? We're going to reverse this. So think about 1 vertebrae at a time. Notice my arms are already up there. And we're going to resist coming down into that extension. Okay, let's do it again. Exhale. And slowly release. And extend. Good. And again. Exhale. Slowly release. Good. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. Reaching for the toes. Slowly release. Awesome work. Last 2. Good. Nice and slow coming back down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Good job. 1 more time. And slowly release. And stretch those arms out. Good work. Let's slide those feet in. Hands go right down beside your hips. Pelvic tuck in, right? And so a lot of people go, wow, what do you mean with pelvic tucked in? It's like if you had a big rod attached to each side of your hip bones, you're trying to tighten that rod up so that we can pull the belly button in towards the floor. So we're nicely engaged through that core. Feet coming nice and close. You should always be able to touch those heels, okay? We're going to take it 1 vertebrae at a time. So think about your vertebrae, your spine like a zipper. We're going to pelvic tuck it under, bridging it all the way up until you get right to the shoulder blades. We don't want to be on your neck, okay? Now reverse that. So upper part of the spine comes down first. Keep that pelvic tuck until you hit the tailbone and then release. Okay, let's do it again. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. Now take a look at your knees. What are they doing? Right? Are they staying nice and stable, aligned with your hip? That's what we want. We're not wanting them to wobble in and out. 5. And release. And again, 6. Don't force this, right? So if you have a lower back weakness of some sort, just make sure you're in tune with your body here, not forcing anything. Stretching is great, but too much of a good thing can also convert into a bad thing, right? So we want to make sure we're doing this right. 1 more time, but this time we're going to stay up, okay? So let's stay up right here. So your hips are lifted, your glutes are somewhat contracted, lower back is contracted. I want you to put your feet a little closer towards each other, keeping a little bit better balance this way. And we're going to take your closest leg towards me, straight up to the ceiling, okay? Hands are here to support. Point your toes. We're going to lower down, power it up. 1, good. And again, 2, and again, 3, and again, 4, and again, 5. Come on, give me 5 more on this side. 5, if that gets tiring on the other leg, you can always wedge your hands underneath. 7, to help that lower back out a little bit, okay? 8, if that's still too hard, you can also drop. 9, 1 more, and 10, release. You can also drop your hips right down. Keep that bridge position if you can. Ready? Leg up, point your toe. Ready? Hip up. Down we go. 1. Good, use your core. 2, come on, 3, 4, come on, lots of power, 5, 6, 7, you got this, right? 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more, 10, and release. Good. Pulling those knees back into your chest. Rock out that lower back. Awesome work. We're going to take it up into a seated position, right? So you can rock yourself up. If you have a weaker back, you can always go sideways and sit yourself up. Nice straight legs, shoulders down and back. Give yourself a nice deep breath, reaching the top, forward fold. Right? Give yourself a nice little stretch in the hamstrings here, a little bit of stretch in the lower back. Again, not forcing it. And then rolling it back up. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge. Holding it right here. If you can't reach your toes, don't worry about it, right? We can also have blocks right here. There's a lot of ways to modify all this and releasing it. Good job. We're going to come back over onto all fours. We're going to walk both feet back again into a plank position. Belly button pulls in nice and tight. Hold it right here for 4, 3, 2, drop to the knees. Toes go back, lower those hips down, shoulders down and back. Awesome work. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Pressing up. The downward dog is a really nice one to transition into all sorts of different poses. So you're going to notice in yoga that we use that a lot. Spread your fingers, head going right through your arms. So the leg that's furthest away from me, we're going to step that one forward into a high lunge position, okay? So when we're in a high lunge position, what we want is we're going to straddle that front leg with both hands so that your fingertips are aligned with those toes. Your back leg is going to straighten that right out, and you're going to lower it down as much as we can to get that nice stretch in the hip flexors and trying to keep your back nice and flat. What we want is that knee that's in the front kind of resting in your armpit, okay? Let's hold it right here. Good job. We're going to take that back foot and we're going to step it in just a little. We're going to turn that foot slightly out. I don't want you to pointing it towards me fully because that would be really harsh on the knee. I'm going to take it slightly on an angle, right? Your front leg is still bent. We're going to take both hands on top of that front knee. Slowly coming up, right? We spend some time on the floor. We don't want to get all dizzy. Nice and upright. So when we're in this position, what we want to feel is your front thigh working and your back leg is feeling a little bit of a stretch. If that's not happening, we need that back leg a little further back, okay? And then pushing into your front leg so that the quad and the glute on that side is working. Press to the outside of that front leg, shoulders down and back, turn your chest towards that front knee. Clasp those hands together, opening it up. So your biceps should be roughly by your ears, if you can. Holding it. Now, that front thigh, so in my case, my left, should be your right, is on fire, okay? So if it's not, you're probably here. So I really want you to lean into it. Hold it for 4, 3, 2. We're going to keep the legs exactly the same. Turn towards me. Arms come out to the sides. Warrior 2. Your legs are not changing. They should be on fire. Make them work here. Right? So that leg is still bent, the other foot is still pushing to the outside. So right to the outside of that foot. Keep holding it. Nice straight line of the arms. We're going to take that arm that's closest to that bent leg. We're just going to rest it down. We're going to take your top hand, palm up, and let it lean back. Side angle pose. Open up your torso and look up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and out, yes? Nice long stretch. Good work. You're doing excellent. Just be here, be in the now. We're nice and strong. We're going to take that top hand and just aligning it with that top shoulder. Palm is facing towards me. We're going to straighten that bend leg out. And we're just going to rest your hand on your ankle or a little bit closer down to your foot. And if you can take that hand right down towards the floor. Keep that top arm aligned with your shoulder. Open it up as much as you can. Look up at the thumb if you want a little bit more balance. And also press the shoulders towards the wall behind you, okay? So really trying to press behind. Don't let everything come forward towards me. And if that's too hard, grab a chair, in front of you and just hold it this way. We can always do this against the wall as well. Okay, let's hold it for 4, 3, 2, and back to that high lunge position, holding it right here, pushing that pelvic down. Nice long stretch. We're going to step that front leg behind you into a plank position. Hold it right here, shifting those weight, the hips out. Drop those knees, point your toes back, gently lower yourself back into the up dog. Roll the shoulders down your spine. Good. Tuck your toes under. Downward dog. We have another side to do. So again, our downward dog is great because it's our little switcheroo to the other side. Ready? Opposite leg steps forward. High lunge position. Straddling that foot. You know what to do now, right? Keep your back nice and flat. Let's hold it right here to start. Great job. Keep your hip flexed. Pushing it down. We're going to take that back leg slightly closer. Pointing the toe just slightly away from me. We're going to take your hands on top of the front leg. Keep that knee bent and open up your torso again. Okay? So from this position, again, we want to find that right position that we feel is stretched. So front leg is working super hard. Knees aligned with that hip. Shoulders rotate down and back, pointing towards the direction the front knee is pointing at. Press to the outside of that back foot. Hold it. Clasp the hands together. Warrior 1. Opening it up. Biceps right beside your ears. Let's lean back a little bit more if we can. Opening up the abdomen. Let those shoulders relax down. Good job. Keep going for 4, 3, 2. Keep the legs exactly the same. Turn away from me. Warrior 2. Arms go straight out to the sides, right? So you're getting both angles here, the back of me, the front of me, right? Now your front leg should be on fire, okay? So that front thigh, you're gonna feel the work down here. Keep holding it. We're gonna take that front elbow, ready? Down we go, resting it. The opposite arm extends away from the body. You know what to do, you did it on the other side, remember? Opening up the chest, reaching that arm away, looking up towards the ceiling. Good work. We're going to straighten that arm out. We're going to straighten the leg out. Slide your hand down towards the ankle. If you're unsure what you're supposed to be doing right now, just turn the other way so you can see. Okay? Hold it, hold it, hold it. Nice straight leg with that front leg if you can. Look up towards the ceiling, so we're just getting a little bit more into your balance. Good job. Let's take both hands back down, straddle that front leg, high lunge position. Lower those hips down. Good work. We're feeling fantastic, aren't we? Good job. From here, we're going to take that back foot behind you again. Plank position. Belly button pulls in. Drop to the knees, point your toes back. Up dog, rolling the shoulders down your spine. Good. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Hips up towards the ceiling, head going through. Hello. Good. Okay, that leg that's closest to me, we're going to go into a pigeon pose. Heel goes into the opposite hip. Okay, so if you're unsure what I'm talking about, let me face this way. So this heel goes into this hip flexor. We're going to take that knee slightly out so that we don't want to be aligned with that hip here. Okay, so what we want is a slight little angle so that we get that stretch in the hip. Hands go just in front of your knee or right beside, opening up the chest as much as we can. Your back leg is nicely straightened behind you, right behind that hip. Pigeon pose. Let's hold it right here. Roll the shoulders down. Sinking into it a little bit. Okay, if we can. If that bothers your knee, don't go as deep, right? And what you might find too, that if your hip is super tight, you might even not be able to get the heel towards that hip flexor. So another way of doing this, we could put this on like a bench or the bed, right? Your couch, and not going as deep down, right? Shoulders back. All right. Hands go right down to the floor. Tuck the back foot under. Back to your downward dog. This gives us the ability to switch to the other side. Okay? So let's switch over. Opposite heel. to opposite hip, opposite leg is extended, holding it right here. Again, this knee goes a little bit more out to the side, so let's hold it right here. So I'm not taking you right down to the floor here today. I'm just going to keep it in this position, king pigeon, shoulders down and back, keep that chest lifted, okay? So we're compressing slightly into that lower back as well. Keep holding here. Good job. Hold it, hold it, hold it. For 4, 3, 2, and done. Good. We're going to take it over to the front, cross those legs, shoulders down and back. Take one hand to the opposite knee, one hand behind you. Once again, nice little twisted stretch. Looking over that shoulder. That wasn't so bad, was it? Right? So if you've never done yoga Pilates, right, it's just easing yourself into it, learning a couple of the basics, and then slowly getting more and more technical, right? Looking over that shoulder. Excellent work. We're going to release it back to the front. We're going to have our hands just down beside us. We're just going to drop your ear down to the shoulder. When I teach the in-person yoga Pilates, we always finish with a good 5 minutes of breathing at the end, right? So I do encourage you to do that as well. We're going to take it over to the other side. So after the classes, maybe lay there for 5 minutes. Think about deep breathing. And so when we're talking about breathing, it's easy to go to just kind of think like, yeah, I'm breathing. It's like, yeah, but are you breathing right? And what does that even mean? Well, right breathing is going deeper and then back to the other side. So we want to be breathing into the diaphragm, into the belly, expanding the belly, releasing that air and pushing it all out. And when we're exhaling, let's take your ear to the other side. We want to expel all that air, right? And then sometimes we think we're all done, but it's actually more air left. So back to the center. Let's hold it right here. So give that a try. Let's take a deep breath in, and I want you just to do a couple deep breaths and think about where that air is going. So when we're doing a lot of breathing that looks like this, that means we're breathing right from here, and it's not going deeper down. So in a time that we're in right now, where we're isolating, where we're quarantined, maybe there's some stress and anxiety happening, we need to go deeper, okay? When you're staying right here, that's not deep enough. So again, take a deep breath and think about how you're going to get it down into that belly. And that takes practice, okay? So what I want you to also think about, if you're panicking a little bit, if you're having that anxiety, I want you to breathe through your nose. And then exhale through your nose. And what that does, it slows the system down. Okay, let's do that again, but a lot slower this time. Inhale for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do it? 6. Now exhale for 8. And release. How did that feel? Right? So when we're inhaling for 8 and exhaling for 8, and it's coming through the nose, that system is going to slow right down, and you're going to feel like that last 2 to 3 counts is like you're forcing air out. Now that's what we want. We want to force that stale air out. Okay? So good energy. We're going to give yourself a deep breath, reaching those arms straight up to the ceiling. Press those palms together and take all that positive energy and capture it right into your heart. Inhale, reaching it up. We're going to open those palms up and pressing all the negativity away from you and build this big bubble around you. Okay? So one more time. All the positive in. Capture it into your heart. Inhale, reaching it up. Palms face away. Exhale all the negativity. Good. Roll your shoulders out. Nice, big circles. And you have done it. Yoga and Pilates Fusion with Sonja live. This is a recording, which means you can come back to this class and you can also share it. And please do. right? The more the merrier. We want to get people involved, and we want people to have the mix of different classes. My name is Sonja from Success Fitness, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow, maybe the next day, but look for the upcoming schedule for all new coming classes every single day, new formats, and we're going to have some fun, right? All right, keep up the great work, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you soon.